3j plus j, which is 4j cap. Again, plus 4k minus 2k is plus 2k cap. Since they have asked sum, I have taken that vector as C vector. If they ask the difference, same procedure, but here in place of plus you are going to get it as minus. What is magnitude of AB? Magnitude of AB is nothing but under the root of minus 1 whole square plus minus 2 whole square plus minus 6 whole square, right? Hello dear students, a warm welcome to one and all. My name is Vibha, Mathematics faculty at Vidhyaashram, Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. In the last session, we have learnt many concepts of a vector algebra. In today's session, dear students, here we are having session number 2, and the topics we are going to learn under this session is nothing but problems of 1 marker and vector joining the 2 points and problems on 3 marker. Now let us move on to problems on 1 marker. What they have asked, find a unit vector in the direction of the vector A vector is equals to 2i plus 3j cap plus k cap. So here unit vector formula you have to note down this, which is denoted by a cap, which is given by the formula a vector divided by magnitude of a vector. So magnitude of a vector is nothing but the length. Since you are having in the form of xi plus yj plus zk, you can have a vector as it is, you are going to write it as, that is 2i plus 3j plus k cap, okay, divided by magnitude is nothing but under the square root of coefficient of I, which is nothing but 2 squared x squared plus coefficient of j, which is nothing but 3 squared plus coefficient of k, which is nothing but 1 squared. So if you solve this one, you are going to get it as 2i cap plus 3j cap plus k cap divided by, you are having 2 squared is nothing but 4, again 3 squared is 9, 9 plus 4 gives you 13, and 1 squared is 1, 13 plus 1 is under the root 14. So this is how you are going to answer this question, and here it is a 1 marker. If you directly write that answer also, you will be getting the marks. Understood? Now we'll be moving on to the next question. They've asked like this, find the unit vector in the direction of the vector A vector I plus j plus k cap. So same method you are going to follow as like I have written, a cap is equal to a vector divided by modulus of the otherwise magnitude of a vector. Now given vector as it is you are writing, that is I plus j plus k divided by coefficient of I is nothing but 1, which is 1 square, coefficient of j is 1, which is 1 squared, coefficient of k again 1, 1 squared. So the answer you are going to get it as I plus j plus k divided by, so 1 squared plus 1 squared plus 1 squared is nothing but under the root 3. So this is what the unit vector. I hope you understood these steps and of a 1 marker. Now we'll be moving on to the next problem of 1 mark. Find a vector. Here they have not asked a unit vector, they have asked you to find out the vector. So in the direction of a vector is equals to I cap minus 2j cap, that has a magnitude 7 units. So here they have given a magnitude is nothing but the 7 units. Let me write down the a cap is equals to a vector divided by modulus of a vector or magnitude of a vector. So they have asked you to find out the a vector, isn't it? So therefore you can write a vector is equals to modulus of a vector or magnitude of a vector into a cap, correct? But you know already how to find out the a cap. A cap can be found out by a vector divided by magnitude of a vector. Now let us substitute here. Magnitude of a vector is nothing but the 7 units. Let us first do the a vector, which is I minus 2j cap divided by under the square root of what is it? That is 1 squared minus plus minus 2 whole squared, correct? Coefficient of I and then coefficient of j, which implies that you are getting I cap minus 2j cap divided by, so square root of 1 squared is nothing but 1 plus under the root minus 2 whole squared is 4, 4 plus 1 under the root 5. So you are going to substitute in place of I cap as like this one, okay? So therefore, writing that one, a vector can be finding out by using the magnitude of a vector into a cap. So magnitude of a vector already they have given it as a 7 units. So 7 into, we know that a cap is nothing but I cap minus 2j cap divided by root 5. Otherwise, you can write by multiplication 7I cap divided by root 5 and then minus 7 2s are 14j cap divided by root 5, and this is your final answer. You are going to get it as, okay. So when you are doing for a 1 marker, no need to write all the steps. If you know the calculation very well, then you can directly write down this and by calculating this. For 1 marker, we are going to see only the answers DS, okay. So next question they have asked like this: find the vector in the direction of A vector is equals to 5I cap minus j cap plus 2k cap whose magnitude is 8 units. So here we can have, what is that? A cap, same formula I am using. So A cap is nothing but what? A cap into magnitude of A vector is equals to A vector, correct? So you know how to find out the A cap. First let us find out the A cap will be is equals to, which is nothing but 5I minus j plus 2k divided by under the root of 5 squared plus 1 squared plus 2 squared. Anyway, minus 1 squared is plus 1 only. So, which will be is equal to 5I minus j plus 2k cap divided by 5 squared is 25 plus 2 squared is nothing but 4. So, 25 plus 4 is nothing but 29. So, 29 plus 1 is nothing but under the root 30, correct? So therefore you are having A vector can be written as A vector will be is equal to A cap. We have already find out A cap. Magnitude of A vector they have given it as what? 8. So 8 into, you are going to write 8 into, so divided by root 30 because it will be multiplied, which is 5I minus j cap plus 2k cap, correct? So if you want, you can multiply. So which will become 8 5s are, which is 40, 8 1s are 8 plus 8 2s are, which is 16. Otherwise you can write as same answer. I hope you understood this step. Now we'll be moving on to the next question. Find the unit vector in the direction of sum of the vectors. A vector is equals to 2I plus 2j minus 5k cap and B vector is equals to 2I plus j plus 3k cap. So they've asked you to find out the unit vector by adding these two vectors. So I am going to take it as let C vector is equals to A vector plus B vector. Why? Because they've asked you to do sum of the vectors. That unit vector you need to find out. So I am going to call it as, let C vector be A vector plus B vector. What is that? I can add what is the I. So which will become, if you want you can write 2I plus 2j minus 5k plus B vector is 2I plus j plus 3k, correct? So you can add, see 2I plus 2I which will become 4I plus 2j plus 2 plus j is 3j, right? Again minus 5k plus 3k is nothing but minus 2k. So this is what you are having. C vector which is nothing but addition of two vectors. Now you want to find out unit vector of this one. What is a unit vector? Unit vector is C cap will be is equals to, which you can write unit vector, correct? Unit vector, right? So C cap is equals to C vector divided by magnitude of C vector. So C vector we have found out 4I plus 3j minus 2k divided by coefficient of that which is 4 squared plus 3 squared plus minus 2 whole squared. So which will be giving you 4I plus 3j minus 2k divided by 4 squared is nothing but 16. Again here 2 squared is nothing but 4. 16 plus 4 is 20. Again 3 squared is nothing but 9. 20 plus 9 is 29. So under the root 29. And this is your answer. You are going to get it. I hope you understood this step also. Since they have asked sum, I have taken that vector as C vector. If they ask the difference, same procedure, but here in place of plus, you are going to get it as minus. That's it. Little they can change it. Understood? Now we'll be moving on to the next concept, which is what? Line joining the 2 points. Here I have taken a diagram like this on the space, or it in the 3-dimensional x-axis, y-axis and the z-axis. X-axis will be having a unit vector as I cap, and y-axis will be having a unit vector as j cap, and z-axis will be having a unit vector as k cap. And then I have defined a line joining the 2 points, means let a of x1, y1, z1 and b of x2, y2, z2 be the 2 points, and then position vector you can have joining OA and then OB. But here I want AB vector, so AB vector can be written as OB vector minus OA vector. These are all the position vectors. AB vector can be written as OB minus OA. That's it. So therefore you know that OB minus OA is nothing but, here if you are having as x2 minus x1, that means you are going to subtract the coordinates of that vectors of OB and then OA along with the unit vectors you are going to multiply, which is nothing but the x coordinate, that is x2 minus x1 into I cap, and then y2 minus y1 into j cap, and z2 minus z1 into k cap, which is along with the unit vector you are going to multiply. That's it. So this is a formula you need to remember, line joining the 2 points, dear. For example, I have taken like this: a of 1, 3, 5, b of 2, minus 3, 1. Find modulus of AB vector or magnitude of AB vector. Now you know that AB vector is given by what? x2 minus x1 into I. So take the given point as x1, y1, z1, and this point as x2, y2, z2. These are all the 2 points they have given, correct? So therefore you can take the formula. So AB vector is given by, so x2 minus x1, which is 2 minus 1, I am writing 2 minus 1 into I cap, plus y2 minus y1, that is minus 3 into j cap, correct? Because y2 minus y1, y2 is minus 3, again minus sign which will come, minus 3 into j cap, plus again you are having 1 minus 5. So 1 minus 5 into k cap, correct? So what is the answer you are getting here? So you are going to get it as AB vector will be is equals to, AB vector is 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 into I cap, as it is I am writing, minus 3 is nothing but minus 6, plus into minus is minus 6 j cap. Again 1 minus 5 is nothing but minus 4, plus into minus is minus 4. So minus 4 k cap. This is what the AB vector. They have asked you to find out the magnitude of AB vector. What is the magnitude of AB vector? Magnitude of AB vector is square root of I coefficient whole squared, j cap coefficient whole squared, and k cap coefficient whole squared. You know that I cap coefficient is 1, I am writing 1 squared, plus j cap coefficient is nothing but minus 6 whole square, plus k cap coefficient is nothing but minus 4, I am writing minus 4 whole square. So the answer you are going to get it as 1 squared is 1, and again minus 6 squared is 36, 36 plus 1 is 37, 4 squared is nothing but the 16. So therefore you are going to get the answer which will be equal to, so 1 squared is equals to 1, 6 squared is 36, 36 plus 1 is nothing but 37, and 4 squared is nothing but 16. 37 plus 16 gives you 53. So under the root 53 is the answer for magnitude of AB vector. Understood? So this is how we are going to solve the problem. Now we'll be moving on to the next problem. Show that the points A into 2 I cap minus j cap plus k cap, B of I cap minus 3j cap minus 5k cap, and C of 3I cap minus 4j cap minus 4k cap are the vertices of right angle triangle. Now if you want to prove it is a right angle triangle, you have to prove that hypotenuse squared will be is equals to opposite squared plus adjacent squared, correct? That is what proving the right angle triangle. Here instead of taking that, you are going to take the vectors. So first let us find out the position vector, dears. So here you can write it as what it will be, OA vector, isn't it? So OA vector is given by position vectors of, I am writing position vectors of A, B, C, R. So you can write OA vector, it is given by what? So same, that is 2I cap minus j cap plus k cap, correct? Similarly, OB vector is given by, So which is nothing but I cap minus 3j cap minus 5k cap, right? So similarly, OC vector is given by 3i minus 4j minus 4k, right? So this is what the position vectors. Now you need to find out the hypotenuse squared will be is equals to magnitude of hypotenuse squared is equal to magnitude of opposite squared is plus magnitude of adjacent squared. That's what, right? So let me find out first what is AB vector. What is AB vector? AB vector is given by, when the 2 points are given, OB minus OA, correct? So let us find out this OB minus OA. Here only you can see here OB minus OA, I minus 2I. I minus 2I is nothing but minus I. So minus I cap, and then minus 3j minus of minus j. Minus 3j minus of minus j, because we are doing OB minus OA, right? Minus sign it will come for this one. So minus 3j plus j, it will become minus 2j, correct? So similarly, you are having next minus 5k minus k, because it will come here minus. So minus 5k minus k is nothing but minus 6k. So this is what your AB vector. Now let us find out next is nothing but BC vector. BC vector is nothing but O minus OB, correct? So if AB is OB minus OA, BC is OC minus OB. Let us do OC minus OB. 3I minus I, which is nothing but 2I. Again, observe here, minus 4j minus of minus plus 3j. Minus 4j plus 3j is nothing but minus j, right? So next, minus 4k plus 5k. Minus 4k minus of minus 5k is plus 5k. So it will be giving you plus k, because higher value is 5 there. So next, let us take out AC, correct? AC is nothing but OC minus OA, right? So which will be giving you, what is OC minus OA? OC is nothing but this one, 3I minus 2I is I. Again, minus 4j plus j is nothing but minus 3j. Again, minus 4k minus k is nothing but minus 5k, because we are doing minus. Now you know that what is AB and BC and then CA or AC. Let us find out now the magnitude of this. What is magnitude of AB? Magnitude of AB is nothing but under the root of minus 1 whole squared plus minus 2 whole squared plus minus 6 whole squared, right? Now let us calculate this. So you are having 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4. So 4 plus 1 is nothing but 5. Again, 6 squared is nothing but 36. 36 plus 5 gives you root 41. So therefore, under the root 41, right? So what is the magnitude of, you can have magnitude of AB vector square, which is nothing but under the root 41 whole square, which will become 41. Keep it in mind this one, because we have to prove hypotenuse squared is equals to adjacent plus opposite. We don't know whether AB is hypotenuse or BC is hypotenuse or AC is hypotenuse. So I am writing like that. So later let us calculate that. Now let us find out the magnitude of BC. So same you are taking here coefficient of which is 2 squared, again plus minus 1 whole squared plus 1 squared, which will be giving you, see, 2 squared is 4, 4 plus minus 1 whole squared is 1, 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 1 squared is again 1, 5 plus 1 is 6. So therefore you are having under the root 6. So magnitude of BC vector, you are going to get it as 6. Under the root 6 whole squared is nothing but 6. Similarly, let us find out the AC vector, magnitude of AC vector, correct? So which will be coming you, which will be getting, so magnitude of AC vector is, see, coefficient of I is 1 under the root of 1 squared plus coefficient of j is minus 3 whole squared. Again you are getting plus minus 5 whole squared. So the answer you are going to get for this one, 1 squared is 1, 3 squared is 9, 9 plus 1 is nothing but 10. Again, minus 5 whole squared is 25. 25 plus 20 is root 35. So you are getting it as root 35. So magnitude of AC squared is nothing but 35. So which will be side giving you 35 plus 6 is nothing but the 41. So which is a hypotenuse square? Hypotenuse square is nothing but the AB. So you can have like this the triangle. So this is what? AB. Okay. So this is AB will be is equals to AC plus BC. Understood? So therefore you can have, which will be implying that you can take it as AB vector is equals to BC plus AC. So magnitude of AB vector whole squared is equals to magnitude of BC vector square plus magnitude of AC vector square. So which will be 41 is equals to 6 plus 35. So therefore 41 is equals to 41. So therefore at last you have to write, no need to write this diagram, just for your reference I have written. So therefore this sentence is very important. So A, B, C are said to form right angle triangle, are said to form right angle triangle. That's it. Okay. Now let us move to the next question. Show that the vectors 2i minus 3j plus 4k and minus 4i plus 6j minus 8k are collinear. Dears, remember that when the two vectors are given, you need to show the collinear points as nothing but like this. B vector or A vector. B vector will be is equals to lambda into A vector, where lambda is nothing but the constant you are going to have it as. So let me call that given vector as let the given vectors B. I'm going to call this one as A vector. So A vector is equals to 2i cap minus 3j cap plus 4k cap. Similarly, B vector I am going to call the given vector minus 4i cap plus 6j cap minus 8k cap. If you observe these two vectors, where I can take common factor. So here, if I take common factor 2, you are going to get minus 2a plus 6j minus 8k. But if I take it as minus 2, why? Because I want here plus 2. So therefore, B vector can be written as B vector. What is a B vector? I am writing that one, 4i cap plus 6j cap minus 8k cap. Now I am going to take here minus 2 common factor, which will be, so 2i cap, correct. So minus into plus is minus. So 2 3 is a 6j cap, correct. You are getting, again plus it will become plus into minus is minus, 2 4 is a 8, correct. So what is this? You can observe, what is this? This is nothing but what we have called as A vector. So therefore, you can have B vector will be is equals to minus 2 into A vector, where lambda is equals to what? Minus 2. So proving this, A and B vector are said to be collinear. So therefore, A vector and B vectors are said to be collinear. Okay, are said to be collinear. That's it, yes. Okay, I hope you understood this step. Now we'll be moving on to the next question. Show that the vectors I plus j plus k is equally inclined to the axis OX, OY and OZ, XY and Z axis. So here you are going to find out the direction cosines of that one. So which will be direction cosines is given, the direction cosines is given by cos alpha, comma cos beta, comma cos gamma. Okay, so which is nothing but, if you find out the magnitude of this vector, what is magnitude of I plus j plus k, it is given by, which will be under the root of 1 squared plus 1 squared plus 1 squared, which is under the root 3. So therefore, reciprocal of this is nothing but you can have 1 by root 3 comma 1 by root 3 comma 1 by root 3 gives you that equally inclined to the axis of OX, OY and then OZ. That's it, DS. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Find the position vectors. PV means position vectors of the midpoint of the vector joining the points P of 2, 3, 4 and Q of 4, 1, minus 2. So here they've asked you to find out the midpoint. So you know that midpoint is given by x plus y divided by 2. Here let me find out the position vectors of P and Q's. So position vectors of P and Q is, so OP vector is given by what? You can take coefficient of, that is 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. Similarly, you can have OQ vector which will be is equals to 4i cap plus j cap minus 2k cap. So I am going to call this vector as, let it be A vector and B vector. Otherwise you can, as it is, you can have, which will be giving you, so midpoint of the vector, which implies that OP vector plus OQ vector divided by 2. So what is OP vector? OP vector, what we have taken, 2i plus 3j plus 4k plus, similarly, 4i plus j minus 2k cap divided by 2. Let us solve this one. 2i plus 4i, which will be 6i. So 6i cap plus 3j plus j, which is 4j cap, again plus 4k minus 2k is plus 2k cap divided by 2. If you divide throughout by 6 by 2 is nothing but 3i cap, again to 4 by 2 is nothing but 2j cap. See, 4 by 2 is 2j cap, 2 by 2 is nothing but k cap. That's it. So this is what the midpoint of the given position vectors of P and Q. I hope you understood these step, dear students. These are all the questions which will be asked for a 3-marker, dear students, which are very important. Okay. So in the next session, we'll be moving on to some more problems of a 3-marker solving, how they are going to ask the question and how you have to solve those questions by having the concept of the vectors. Understood? So until then, keep watching, dear students. Have a nice day. Thank you.